sword in my hand. Yeah, yeah, said, life is so grand. Yeah, yeah, said, I am the man. Yeah, 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 just follow the plan. Just follow the smell of treasure when we dungeon dive. I'ma kill for gold, that's adventurous pride in this party of mine full of goose. Die for the cause, that's the cost of our lives. I roll with these bars, want me stuff on the map, my stats crazy, I slaughter with rolling the dice. Brothers in arms, we must fight to survive, take the fur from these beats, red buddies on rise. I do not mess with you fakers, I seen your level, you was basic. Show the throats of any haters, Eldritch Blast, see you later. Burn the booth like a dragon, flow hot like I cast it. Fireball, using magic, goddamn I'm advancing. Real shit, you do not know who you messing with. First in tyrants and I came equipped. They call me Venom, spitting poison quick. Yeah, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumpin'. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. I've been feeling super strong. I ain't never wearing any guys. I've been working all night long. Power and struggle, love skill on the rise. Shout out decadent in area. Craving blue mine cause it's Syria. If you really wanna battle us, better bring your best cause we battle us. Well shit, I've been scheming for some breaks for a grip. Got a couple hundred crowns in my fist. Too quick, go stealth, hit a pit pocket. Don't spell with a force of a speed rocket. Devilish relish reward like a witch. The still in my plate, call it red when I finish. Fools always not playing big as beginners. And it's like we got poor or live is a win. Jumping. All of my homies gon' jumpin'. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. All of my homies gon' jumpin'. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. Yeah, all of my homies aside. Yeah, they don't even know we gon' ride. Yeah, you cannot handle my pride. Yeah, I'ma go breaking the night. Jumping. All of my homies gon' jumpin'. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping.
I know which one you're talking about.
Hello, chat. I will turn on
Hi, chat.
music.
I'm gonna scream in uppercase.
Hello.
Oh, you seen that meme where it's like the guy was, and it's like everything this guy says is in lowercase.
Committing a crime. I want to commit a crime.
Yo, committing war crimes. Let's go. We can game doing crime.
Hello,
Be gay, do
everyone.
crime.
This is apparently how we're beginning this episode.
Oh, I
I'm-
forgot we were streaming. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I always forget what's going on.
So, to catch everyone up, last time everyone went to a new world.
You gotta say a new world.
It's only the fourth one. I don't think I need that many news.
No, we had the original one, the one we went to after that. Then oh yeah, no, never mind, sorry. A new world. Maybe
So
one new.
anyways, to catch everyone up, yes, they are now on the world I call Kaiju, for obvious reasons.
Yep, totally had to look hard for that name.
I want a pet kaiju. And you can't stop me, Naka, this time.
I mean, you weren't even here for last
Too bad they're
episode.
robots.
I mean, the monsters aren't. The monsters are quite flashy.
I want a pet goat.
I mean, if you want a 120-foot tall goat,
Yes.
it would be very angry at you, but you could try to capture one.
I hold my beer.
I don't know if that's the way you want to go with that.
What's with that?
Go.
So yeah, they arrived here, and a giant goat monster was fighting 2 robots. 2
where's
knight-looking
this?
robots.
Yes.
I don't think
And,
I'm on the
And
same
now Hilda
map.
is swinging from one of the wires that's coming
Should
out
be
of
here.
the arm and screaming.
But you might not
"From
have
the
an icon.
chandelier, from the
No,
chandelier."
I'm on the map where we were. Remember when we fought the people with Boka's dad and my adopted sister?
Yes, that's where you're
I'm on that.
supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I've moved you guys here as far as our map goes.
All right.
But, yeah. Then there was the giant wasp that killed the other mecha pilot. And, you guys basically stole one of the damaged mecha and fled.
I'm looking
And
for
Hilda's just swinging from one of the
images
wires
for
to
the-
the
Such a
side,
strong
and
word.
you just hear her screaming from the chandelier.
I'm looking for images for the
Strategically
night mech.
located to alternate location.
I'm gonna keep repeating this until someone acknowledges that Hilda's
I
outside.
acknowledged it. I just choose to ignore it.
Oh,
I refuse.
you're not in the
I'm
mech.
I am.
No, you're not. Hey, you can't just teleport into the mech.
The
Oh
power
my
of plot
God.
convenience.
Somehow,
No, that's not.
they're here. They weren't here last time,
Mhm.
but they're here now.
They tell-
You know, Boki, you're right. I'm sitting on the roof. I'm sitting on the head of the mech.
But, yeah, you were on your way towards the city as we left last time. Though, the city is where the rampaging dragon is. The dragon bigger than Godzilla.
Impossible.
He was truly massive. He also destroyed part of a mountain with his particle beam breath attack.
How many
He
has
was
this
wanting up.
dragon?
Sorry. He was one up Eliana, who also did a particle beam attack earlier, but not that big of one.
When?
Since Eliana can absorb,
Electric.
could they hypothetically take that particle beam and then Uno reverse card it?
I think that might overload her. Like pumping too much energy into a battery.
The particle beam isn't either magnetic or purely electrical. Most of the... So, we're gonna go into physics for a second. Most
Well, I don't
of
wanna-
how
I-
like a particle beam works is that you have a beam made of particles. The easiest type of beam to make is one that is composed of electrons. Lesser ones are some kind... words hard. Lesser ones are sometimes called electrolasers, because they are like lasers in that they basically concentrate energy, but in this case it's all electrons. And yeah, scaling that up still gets you particle beams.
Beam cannon!
But you can make particle beams out of all sorts of different types of particles. So if you want, you can make like X-ray particle beams and gamma particle beams, which both of those would be exceedingly lethal. Eliana
Hell
cannot
yeah.
do those.
Photon beam.
I mean, photons are just light. Actually, they're technically a form of electron too. But that's
Really?
why you get electrolasers.
Oh, I lost my cat. I don't know where she is. Oh no.
I mean, it's a cat.
No,
She'll be
no,
back.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
They're doing kitty things.
Probably. She's probably eating somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Or off
Hell
stalking
yeah.
people's feet.
Probably. She has a
What
tendency
the
to
fuck?
jump. She has a tendency to jump on my feet and like claw at them. Not paw at them, claw at them when they're under the blanket. And I think that's because I may move like my feet under the blanket, and she just goes stare and then jump, and I'm like, ah, stop! Because I feel
Yes.
her
Can't
little
give the
claws
scratchies.
from over the fucking blanket. It fucking hurts.
My old
The
cat.
forbidden foot scratch.
My old cat used to hunt our feet. She would hide on, like, or well, behind a wall, around a corner. And as we'd go by, she'd leap out, grab your, like, foot with her paws, and then bite you.
No.
Not hard. She was hunting.
Play biting, yeah.
Yes.
My cat
But-
does that, but with my hand. She like jumps at my feet when they're under the blanket,
Aw.
but then if I pet her too many times, she just goes. She does the little cute trap where she plops on her side and like puts her little paws in the air and makes
Yep.
it look like she wants you to pet her
Yep.
tummy, but then the second you do like a few pets, she claws at your hand and fucking starts biting at you, and I'm like, this was a trap, an adorable trap.
Yep. Totally kitty move. Totally kitty move.
Yeah, damn it. I fell for her trap.
Cuteness. Nature's.
It was 100% successful.
Aw, damn it. Damn it, she rolled a 20 on stealth. Fuck. I fell for it. I fell for it every time.
Persuasion. Deception. Deception.
Not
1000.
good. I found a couple images that you could use for the Mech Knight if you wanted to use them.
I have a collection. I actually need to talk to you guys sometime about potential images you'd like. You'll find out more this episode. But,
Ooh.
in fact, let's stop talking about kitties for a little bit. Just a little bit.
Damn.
No, never. Never.
Back to the
Kitties
game at hand.
always.
Cat Mech confirmed.
Yes,
So,
right?
yeah, you're getting closer to the city. And, eventually, the dragon actually... By the way, remember, this is bigger than Godzilla. It is probably more than 100 meters tall, or about 300 feet. And yet, it launches itself into the air. And then blasts a particle beam across the city as it flies off.
Is there even going to be a city left for us to go into?
I mean, most of it's on fire at the moment, so
And probably
That's questionable.
squished.
As it does.
There's gonna be like 12 people left alive.
I mean, it was a pretty big city. It is the capital of a nation.
Yeah.
Obviously, the buildings aren't as tall as like our world. It's not
Mm.
modern enough. But it has some rather impressive, like, Gothic,
Mhm.
monumental sort of buildings.
Yeah.
So, you can in fact see, like, walls and things that are still standing with the fires as a background to highlight things. It is quite the view. However, your mecha pops up a bunch of error warnings just as you get into a village.
What?
You can't quite
It's right,
tell
I got
what
this.
any of them mean. But error messages pop up. Beep, 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 beep,
Alright.
beep.
Quick, someone turn it off and back on again.
Should we be concerned about this? Someone turn it off and on again and put in some rice.
Alright, do I still need to be rolling to figure out how to use the mech?
Not at the moment.
All right. I'm gonna put it down to the point where we can actually get out of it.
Well, there happens to be a barn nearby. Would you like to squeeze into the barn? I mean,
don't
it
know who
is
owns
a
the
big
barn.
I mean, yes, you don't know who owns it, but it might be better
Uh,
than just leaving it out.
Let's go to right in front of the barn and have somebody figure out who owns the barn.
I should say there's like it is early night, and there are no lights anywhere in this village.
All right, let's just go inside the barn and then we'll deal with whatever it is later. Yeah.
It's probably
a good
abandoned.
call.
All right.
So you pull it into the barn, and just as you like pull it inside, another warning pops up, and then it immediately crouches down, and everything powers off.
Okay.
Big bowl of rice. Big bag of rice.
Good luck finding rice.
Find a rice field. Let it fall over into the rice field.
I don't think that would work with the rice patties very well. Maybe though.
I'm curious as to if I tried using healing magic on the mech, would it heal the mech?
That'd be so funny if it worked.
It's probably not gonna do anything just because of the nature of healing magic.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's probably not bioorganic like the ones in Evangelion.
I mean, when I used body enhancement on it, it worked kinda.
Well, it seems more that you just, like, boosted its normal body enhancement. You don't really understand the spells that make this thing up. Like, at all.
Yeah.
So you are now in a barn with your broken mech.
Or in a barn.
What would
Alrighty.
you like to do?
I mean, I suppose we should kind of set up camp for the night, I guess.
Oh, by the way, I should tell you, this barn seems to be for holding tools and things related to what seem to be hay fields. So there's like hay bales and things in here.
Okay.
Grab the pots.
There definitely aren't parts laying anywhere.
Oh, I mean, let's decommission it.
The mech? I think we can actually still fix it, honestly.
It
takes
is
me-
missing
Oh, I'm sorry,
an
when did
arm, but
Can we bring?
What
it
did you
on
get-
with us?
Did it?
We can
say
replace
use-
the arm. Well, we have a busted ass arm, but it's still got an arm.
well,
Yeah.
I think actually you technically fused it to the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
fused it to the hole with blazing
It's
red.
not a functional arm. Let's put it
Yeah.
that
It's,
way.
it's
We-
fine,
we're-
it's
we're-
still an arm. It's
We're
still
just
an arm.
wearing the extra arm as a belt or something.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's great. No, it's just sticking out of his. It's just sitting out of his square in the chest. What?
You know what we should have done? We should have gone and just taken the sword and chopped the arm off the other mech farther up the shoulder.
Hindsight's 2020.
I mean, you really don't understand exactly what you're doing with this yet.
Anyone
wait,
that's
wait,
not
it's, it's
paying
still kind of just a shot in the dark anyway.
True, true. By the way, as the power's out and about 10 minutes have gone by, you suddenly hear a sound. Kind of like an electrical discharge that comes from the mech.
Hmm.
And then, like, vents open, and you see, like, particles rain out of it. Kind of like It's kind of like it released smoke, but it doesn't look like smoke.
Hmm.
They're
think the
definitely
mech party-
particles.
So like some kind of exhaust then?
Probably.
Sound
Maybe a
just them.
cooling system.
Uh,
You don't know.
Hello?
Is there a way to try and understand how the mech works?
Hello? Yeah.
I mean, you can try to study it. That is a thing.
All right. I would like to try to study it then.
Anyone
Sound
who
like
wants
a
to do
nudges
that
then.
is gonna have to make me. Well, how about I do it this way? There are different roles that you can make, and you'll understand different things depending on what skills you use.
Okay. I would like to roll both Arcana and Investigation.
You can only roll one at a time. You'll have to focus.
I'm like,
Someone else would have to roll for something else.
I mean, probably Investigation first and then Arcana to figure out
Sound like-
exactly what I was looking at.
Yes, but I'm just saying each of you will have to pick the skill you want to use.
Right.
So,
I
amongst
like nudges
yourself, these are the
Hilda.
skills that I'm gonna tell you you can use. Arcana, Investigation, Perception, and Sleight of Hand. And if any of you have it, Alchemy. Or Herbalism. Wow, I just cannot talk tonight.
Herbalism.
Yes, preferably alchemy, but in a pinch, herbalism will do.
I don't think I have those, but I do have a 5 in both Arcana and Investigation.
I could do an Arcana.
Okay, I'm gonna do Arcana. Oh, 23.
Okay. So, from your Arcana research that you do on it, well, actually, wait. Let me have all of you roll that plan on rolling, and then I'll sum everything up. That might be better.
Sam doesn't roll, they're just, I don't know.
You
Doing
just
the help back,
exist.
They just think it farted. I think it'd be rude to examine its farts.
It's not just about the exhaust. Let's put it that way.
We're trying to figure out how
try
this
to
thing
figure out
works.
how it works.
Try to fix it.
Well, I have one question.
Okay.
Where's my token?
We're up in the corner.
Yeah,
Top left.
Don't
the
really
hill.
worry. The point to this map is not so much physically moving on it. It's just to have a map. In fact,
okay.
the barn is actually nowhere on this map, as far as I'm aware. I mean, there are houses and such, but I'm
I'm
not
just
really
using my-
using any of those.
I'm just using my imagination that it's the hill itself that we're on is the barn.
Yes, it's there to give you a hint of what the area looks like. Not to be one-to-one. So don't worry too much about the token. But yes, there are fields, there are streets, there are houses. There's even this hill over here. But yeah, it doesn't really match up one-to-one. I need to put some more maps in here. I'm just doing a whole bunch of things, so I didn't get to it. So, who else would like to roll, and what would you like to roll?
Sorry, could you repeat the options again? Sorry, my brain farted.
Arcana, investigation,
Perception.
herbalism.
I'll do
Sleight
perception.
of hand, and alchemy / herbalism.
That was stinky.
All right. So perception is out. Who else wants to go? Nobody?
I only have Arcana.
I have
but that was
alchemy.
everything.
You could do investigation.
Oh, I can do investigation.
I mean, you can do any skill, even if you don't have any ability in it, and just hope you roll really well.
I'll pray for an insight then. Or investigation. Sorry. Or, never mind. There you go.
Woo! I'm still swinging from the chandelier. Chandelier?
What chandeliers are there?
I'm swinging from one of the wires. It's still hanging.
Or like a rope in the barn or something.
Oh, we're in the barn.
What's left for,
That's okay.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Alchemy / herbalism. And I think that's it.
Sure, I'll try sleight of hand. Why not? Oop. Oh, I guess I could have clicked it in the thing. It's +2, so 13 total.
Why don't you roll it from the skill list?
Okay. Yeah.
Just so they're all the same. Okay, that was much better. Alright.
Now it's Nike.
Belle, do you want to try anything?
What can I do?
Since I'm gonna tell you now, both Suneater and Boca didn't have good results. You could try to use investigation or perception and get better than them.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, just because I rolled shit doesn't mean you have to point it out.
You said perception and investigation?
Yes, either or.
Damn.
Okay, that's not
Okay, then.
too terribly bad.
I think part of the reason why Maggie knows as much of the machine as she does because she was literally connected to it.
True.
Is that a euphemism?
So, here are the things that you learned. First, due to the sleight of hand roll, you find the different, panels and latches that you take off, most of the external armor structure, so you can see the insides. That's where perception comes in handy. And perception-wise, you realize that, what makes up the limbs seems to be some sort of, core, kind of like having a skeleton with bones in it. And around the core is wrapped, I don't want to describe them. Kind of like cords.
So it's built like a
crystalline
bionicle.
cords.
Like
Kinda
being on PC.
Kind of like muscles. They attach from one point to another. And especially with Arcana involved here, you see that they contract and expand based on magical energy put into them. So they kind of work like muscles in a human body.
Nice.
By the way,
Okay.
some of them are braided. Not all of them, but some of them.
What do you mean braided? Like the hair?
Just because I feel
Yes.
like it's appropriate, I think I'm gonna also roll medicine, and that was kind of middle of the road.
Damn it.
Medicine, unfortunately, is not a good stand-in for alchemy. These
I was
are
trying to do a stand-in
alchemical
for just like
structures.
I was trying to do more of a stand-in for like anatomy.
Unfortunately, while it's made to somewhat mimic a body, it is not really. It's more like a puppet in the way it mimics a body. So,
Okay.
like you wouldn't be able to get useful information looking at a puppet medical-wise, the same problem exists here. There's not enough commonality.
Okay. How would I roll alchemy on roll 20 here?
Usually you would have picked it up as like a skill.
Hmm.
Like you
I have a
have
skill in-
medicine kit,
Yeah.
and it would
Okay.
show up just like that.
All right.
I think
Fair enough.
someone talked about potentially learning one of the alchemy skills, but I totally forget who.
I think it was Crispy. I
was
don't know
just
why.
thinking it might be me.
You should check and see if we actually did give it to you.
I know I don't have alchemy, but I vaguely remember wanting to learn it.
We didn't get that far.
Okay, maybe
We got
Some
Shanghai's
things-
before they could.
some
I think
things
we
because
mentioned
you
it, but we-
guys have taken a while to get to them.
Yeah.
I just skipped to the next thing rather than waiting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Also, in the core, like the central compartment,
Mhm.
you look and find in the cockpit. Oh, well, actually, medicine might come in handy there. Some of the stuff you would see in the cockpit definitely are life support systems. Actually,
Yeah.
you might have some experience with military, like nuclear, biological, and chemical, like infrastructure. Like, you know, the NBC suits and gear. Some of the systems in here look like those, but more primitive.
Okay.
Otherwise, on the other side of the torso, you see two systems. You would probably refer to both of these as part of a mana engine, but
Okay.
there are actually two parts to it. One part, and by the way, they're actually labeled, so you do know kind of what some of these are just by that. The one part lists itself as a mana furnace. It seems to like collect and augment mana.
That's probably why the body enhancement worked, honestly.
You definitely could not power this on its own.
No, like as a effect on the thing. Because it's
Well-
all magical body puppety thing.
Well, I'll get to that in a second. Let's just pause on that thought. The other part is what is labeled an ether reactor. By the way, that's a connected to the exhaust that you saw earlier.
Hmm.
Usually it seems to draw in ether, which seems to be what they call mana, that is like cycling in the air, in the atmosphere,
Mhm.
without being like modified by a human or a creature.
Okay.
So the ether reactor draws in stray ether and pours it into the mana furnace, which then enhances the ether and converts it to mana. And that is used to power everything.
Okay.
Though this means
It's-
that the ambient amount of magical energy, or ether, affects the performance. And now that you sort of understand that, you realize that some of the warnings were telling you that the ambient ether level had dropped. And that's why it shut down.
I feel like that might be because the big ass dragon, whatever its name was, might have been doing a similar process, but biologically, and used up a bunch of the energy.
Potentially. You're not sure exactly.
That's Maggie's guess anyway.
It's also possible that the ambient ether is just lower here in the village.
And we'll need to figure out a way to fuel it to get it back going up again.
Well, you are able to get in the cockpit and provide enough energy from yourself
Okay.
to sort of activate like the controls without turning on anything else.
Okay.
And you start looking through some of these screens.
Okay.
And you figure out that there's like you could think of it as a mana battery. Basically the overall charge that it has at any given time. It's not like a separate thing from what you can tell. It actually stores this mana within the tissue that makes it up.
Okay.
So,
Could I tell if it's leaking from where the arm is ripped off?
there was some loss. In fact, there is actually like a display that was saying that there was a system that cut off the flow of ether, or rather mana, to the arm because it was missing.
Okay.
Though it probably did lose a good bit before that system cut in.
Okay. So that's probably why the battery's drained now.
I mean, it was probably running low from the fight it had anyways. You're not really sure how long that went on. But
Yeah,
when
and they might have been fighting something else first anyway.
when the battery gets low, it needs to draw in more ether. And if there's not enough ether, it can't draw and process more mana to recharge the battery.
Okay. Can
And
I try
running
to...
at all requires a certain amount of like mana.
Okay.
So-
Can I try to expend some power ranks to put some energy into it?
I mean, that's what you're doing right now, but you don't have like enough mana to like
Okay.
functionally power this in any real way.
Well, I was mostly planning on just putting in power ranks and then
So,
trying to just fill up the battery a little bit faster, I guess, because I'm assuming it needs to kind of just sit here and charge.
because you rolled so high on Arcana, I'll let you know this. Basically, one rank of its battery is 10 ranks for you.
So I could charge it 1%.
Sort of.
Because I have
yes.
14 power ranks.
Oh, that'd be 10%.
You really aren't sure how big a battery it has.
Yeah.
But your amount of power seems,
Insufficient.
yes,
Okay.
lacking. Lacking is probably a good word.
All right. I suppose I will share.
Insignificant.
I will share with the class that basically it just needs to charge.
Yes, its battery is low.
Is there a way to increase its charging speed?
I'll answer that, since I think I can do a better job of that. The answer
Right,
would
this
be
fellow
to
does
put
not-
it somewhere with a lot of ether. Which you guys don't really like. You've never been trained in ether.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still not experienced with like magic. You've had like 3 months maybe of instruction.
Yeah.
So
And that
You're
was
not
with the
really
different
up on
worlds
it.
magic anyway, so we're not sure if it'll be the same here.
true. Oh, by the way, I should also mention the type of like mana that this seems to use is universal. It's not any particular element.
Okay.
You
That's
don't know
helpful.
if that's the same for most of these types of mecha, but this one at least.
All right. I would like to, if possible, just kind of investigate if it was like fully powered, what the effect of me casting like my actual like
Oh,
spells from it.
So, this will get back to body enhancement. So I'll describe that first.
Mm.
While not part of the core, part of the engine itself, there is something that connects to the engine that is labeled as a core. It looks like a giant pearl.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, it's about 2, almost 3 feet wide, and it's a sphere.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks like a pearl, and it's labeled as magic core. And this seems to be what you interact with when you use the control system.
Okay.
Inside of that, you find that there are, like, set spells. One of the primary spells seems to be a version of body enhancement.
Mhm.
But that is immediately used whenever you, like, start the machine.
Okay.
Uh,
So basically, my body enhancement would just buff its natural body enhancement then?
It's more that you were just adding more power to its existing body enhancement.
Okay.
But it seems it needs body enhancement because it could not support its own weight without
the
using a
body.
version of it.
Okay. That's cool.
There are actually other, like, universal
They-
spells or, like, related ones that are in the core.
Probably like the mapping ones and all that sort of stuff.
So they use
Um,
magic to bypass the inverse square law. Interesting.
But basically, what I was trying to ask would be like, if I used like Hikari using the mech, would that be like boosted up to the mech's level while expending the energy of the mech?
Sorry, I was looking at something. So, you would need to, like, write a version of the spell that you use that would
Into
fit
the
in
mech.
its core.
Okay.
Oh, it's like the thing in Power Rangers. Sorry.
It seems like this could be possible,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have, like, the skills to do it.
Interesting.
Mostly because, think of this as like programming on a computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And
So,
you
so it's
learned
something I could,
basic, but it needs
a different
C+.
programming language, basically. Okay.
Yes. And you can see where the two are related. So you can
Yeah.
understand, you know, body enhancement and
Okay.
body enhancement. But they're written very differently.
Okay. So this is something I could learn eventually.
Possibly, yes.
All right. That's good enough for me.
But yeah, like, and I just got rid of the page. Why did I do that? You do recognize some parts of things like identify and map and scout that are all part of its code. There's also a version of alarm that seems to control like access to like the cockpit and control of the mech itself.
Okay. That's cool.
By the way,
Cool.
a lot of like the sensors are all in the head.
Okay.
It seems like they decided
saying
the
its
head
brain
was a
is
good
in
place to stick it.
In the brain spot.
That makes sense.
Yes. All the sensors are in the brain spot. That's a good way of putting it. In fact,
That's probably because it's mostly analog to how humans see
yes, they
things.
seem to have used the human body as like the design.
All right. All right. I suppose I will also share the notes about the spells and whatever. And
I figure you've been doing like a running conversation about this with anyone interested in the topic.
yeah, it's just Maggie just geeking out about the magic and all that sort of stuff.
Paul and Velma.
Otherwise, it is getting late. Would you guys like to like sleep?
Rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, you can take a long rest. You'll
Okay.
like sleep on some hay bales.
Mhm.
It's functional. It's not the worst bed, except when the straw jabs you.
Mm.
I mean, it's gonna happen. That's how straw is. You move a little bit and you get jabbed.
Yep.
So, you can reset your HP and your power ranks
Okay.
and
Yep.
anything else. So, you're all refreshed. I assume, by the way, that you don't like set up a guard rotation or anything.
I mean, considering we've been sitting in this barn here and we don't know who owns it or whatever, probably stay out a little bit of watch, one person or two.
Question regarding the mana core of the mech. If a person can donate power ranks to power the core, is it possible for a person to use power ranks from the core to cast spell?
The interface seems to be one way.
Understand.
So you could provide it power, but, you know, obviously not much because your capacity is not very high compared to it.
I think that actually explains some things of why the knight or whatever, the original pilot, had no idea what the fuck I was talking about when I was saying like I was a healer.
Yes.
It seems like that the actual people can't quite cast magic the same way, but they can input energy into stuff that can cast magic.
At least his type are probably ones that use universal magic.
Yeah.
So, like, on his own, he might use, like, body enhancement or something like that. Which makes a lot of sense, since most of the spells in this mech are also universal. And you learned in the last world that had magic that,
not everybody could use it.
yes, universal magic was the most common magic. But the other types were more rare.
Interesting.
Which, by the way, is also why, even though Eliana and Hilda's dad didn't have any magical affinity to an element, he could use universal spells.
Okay.
The only exception is poor, I'm blanking on her name. Sarah. So Samantha's adopted sister, because she has no affinity even for universal spells.
Damn.
Yeah, she has a skill issue.
This sucks to suck, I guess.
Samantha has
Disagree?
no like for her sister somehow. Though Sarah does like Samantha.
Oh, I like Sarah. They're cool.
I mean, you don't treat her very well.
Yes, I do.
Really?
You kind of dog on her and then just act like nothing matters around them.
Anyways, you wake up in the morning. By the way, you didn't put the panels back on last night because you spent only a few hours, like, analyzing it before you went to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you had to use magical light to actually be able to do that because it was getting dark.
That's fine.
And there's no, like, electricity, obviously.
Yeah. I have that spell, it's fine.
So, do you want to go look around in the town? Or rather, village?
Which you?
Or maybe even split up and someone puts the panels back on while the others go explore?
I want to explore.
I think I'm going to put the panels back on.
Okay. Anyone else? Everyone else good with exploring?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck the bell. Bell. Okay.
Are you good with exploring the town?
Yeah.
Okay. Belle?
Don't have a token, but
I mean, it's not gonna matter.
okay.
And you can't just drag a token on yourself.
That is true too. Hopefully.
Nope. Oh.
Yeah, you just.
Sometimes when you do that, it doesn't draw like the right
token.
Well, no, not the token, but like the permissions on it. So, like, you wouldn't have sight, and there doesn't need to be that many Samantha's.
Samantha clones. Oh no!
We don't need a Samantha army.
Worse.
Jesus
Alright.
Christ, it's just an army of Samanthas.
Oh yeah,
So,
new ability cloning. Work.
So as Maggie puts the panels back on, I guess the rest of you are all going to look around the village.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, you step
Sure, why
outside
not?
the barn, and a little bit away is like a small farmhouse.
Here, I gotta go back home.
Okay. And there is like a dirt road that heads into town, or rather, further into the village. The village is not that far away. But I will tell you, even from here, you can see that some houses are damaged. It looks like debris maybe had fallen on them. So you see like holes in roofs and like collapsed walls.
Rough. That's rough, buddy.
God damn it.
Oh. Oh wow.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I want to
You
explore like
guys-
some of the abandoned.
If you guys wanted
I
to
want to explore.
like earn the villagers' trusts, you could bring the sick or injured people back over to me to heal them.
Or
No,
we
no,
can
I
take
said it
you
was a ban-
to them.
I'm working on putting the panels back on the mech,
But
Yeah, Naka was abandoned.
and no one else is helping me.
Eliana
I said it might
helps
be
Maggie.
abandoned.
Eliana helps Maggie.
I want to explore some of the abandoned.
Okay.
I want to explore some of, like the ruined stuff.
Alright, you can look around. Anyone who wants to explore, please roll me some investigation. The two putting the panels back on, you don't need to, like, roll anything. You can
Okay.
eventually just do it.
We're doing our best.
It's so hard. Investigation.
Oh, wow.
6. A whole 6. Let's go.
Well, luckily for you guys, someone rolled a 19 and a 20.
Yeah.
So, Boca, you wanna give me a roll? Oh, wait, she went to the bathroom.
They said,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, it is late. My brain starts to go.
Roll your dice. Roll your dice from the bathroom right now. Roll.
I mean, theoretically, it's possible.
You can't get roll20 on your phone. It doesn't let you like see like all like the maps and stuff, but it's like roll the dice.
Yes, actually, when I still had my tablet, on my tablet, I could pretty much do everything as long as I logged in to the, like, PC version of the website and not the mobile version.
Respectable.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that on my phone, though. So, Ulysses.
Yes.
You, go around, and, you do learn a few things. First, there are people in what seems to be an inn, and, some other people that seems to be in the two other biggest houses around. Well, one is probably a general store, and the other is probably like the mayor's house, at a guess.
So there's people at the store and the mayor's house?
As well as the inn, yes.
I guess I will greet the person at the mayor's house. Is it the actual mayor?
I mean, if you want, you could choose to like knock on their door or something.
Yeah.
No one, by the way, is outside, but you do hear things from inside those 3 buildings. So,
Yeah, I'll try and knock. See what's up.
okay, you knock on the door. When you knock, every sound inside goes quiet for a moment. And then you hear what might be 2 people talking. And then, like, almost a minute later, someone comes to the door and opens it partly and asks, "Who's there?"
A passerby.
Your mom.
Who-
Immediately when you say that, they slam the door shut.
I didn't say that in character.
No.
The passerby.
Yes, the passerby.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. What a lovely bunch of people.
I mean, you do have to remember they just got terrorized by a dragon larger than Godzilla.
Yeah.
If I wish that he knocked on the doors.
The inn.
Unless he's very polite.
Can I go?
Try the general store first, I think.
Then do the store first.
The general store, by the way, happens to be locked.
Can I knock on that too?
Almost the same thing happens inside. You hear conversation come to an end.
The answer to that door was the customer.
Let's kick in the door.
Eventually, someone does come to the door, but there's like a panel that can be opened on this door.
Okay.
And someone like turns a handle, and it flips open so that they can see out. And they go, "Who are you?"
Like the Wizard of Oz.
Do you have any response?
Yeah. Oh. Sorry. I guess you didn't hear me. A customer.
We're not open.
We're here to see the Wizard of Oz.
When are they open?
When would you be open?
Not until the monsters are gone.
Damn.
There are no monsters right now.
The Hell Beast definitely brought monsters with it.
Oh, cool.
What is a hell beast? Was it the giant
dragon
thing
definitely.
that flew by?
It's definitely the giant dragon.
Is that the hell beast?
The winged Hell Beast, yes.
Ah.
Okay.
Lovely. What type of just real quick, what type of monsters typically follow a hell beast?
Whatever its followers happen to be.
That's amazingly helpful.
All right.
Unfortunately, you're basically, well, probably talking to the owner of this general store.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a villager. He's not like a knight, so his information on monsters is limited. He's terrified of all of them.
So,
and by the way, just make me an insight roll.
Oh, sure.
You've had a few examples to go by now, so I think it's time to roll.
4.
Okay, so unless you want to buy 12, in this case. You don't quite work it out yet. Do you wanna buy some inspiration and take a 12?
Go for it, honestly.
Sure.
Okay. In that case, you realize that both the mayor and what seems to be the owner of the general store are treating you like you might be almost a monster. And because of that, the thought comes to you, wait, do they expect looters to come with the monsters? And maybe they worry you might be a looter.
Sparrow right. Let's kick in the door and loot this place.
Yes, prove to them that you're a monster. Great idea.
I'm gonna say probably by now, Maggie and Eliana have probably put the panels on the mech now.
Power couple.
Probably a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm figuring it's taken about an hour for them to do this so far.
Okay.
I'm
And
helping.
a little bit more than an hour for you guys to put the panels on.
Hilda is helping them.
We're doing our best.
Although
Well,
I struggle to say helping because mostly Hilda is looking for possible uses to make gauntlets
Okay.
and throwing any metal she deems unworthy, like against the mech behind her.
No.
I'll just leave the poor fellows alone.
Okay, do you want to try the inn?
Sure. Why not?
The inn, by the way, is not locked.
I feel like the inn is the only place that would actually accept us.
Probably.
Because then we'd actually be like an actual customer for them.
Is there anyone in the inn?
Yes, including about 6 heavily armed men. They're not dressed like knights, so your guess is probably mercenaries.
Fun.
Good morning,
But there are
gents.
also people in here. A collection of... Some look like they're probably merchants. Others look to be villagers who decide to, like, hide here rather than their homes. But yeah. That is the sight that greets you. Oh, and they all go quiet as soon as you enter. And each of the burly fighting type men put hands on weapons.
Good morning, gents.
See if you could get us breakfast or something.
Where does one obtain some food in this town? Via legal and...
A somewhat portly woman comes out of the back and says, "Hey, I am the innkeeper in this town. If you want food, I can probably provide something."
Okay, I'd like 4 double sausage egg McMuffins. What do you guys want?
What kind of food? How much?
She points to the table where someone is eating what I'm going to call gruel, which seems to be in a bowl.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why is it always gruel? Why isn't it any exotic food?
Because we keep running into peasants.
Can I... Ma'am, do you have any, like, ingredients or anything I could make something for you and your patrons instead of, I don't feel like having...
Don't offend their
soup
cooking.
today.
Don't offend their cooking.
What do you expect?
I'm thinking more like solid food.
That's about as solid as you're gonna find in this town.
Damn, they don't have any hardtack.
We have wheat, and we have a bit of salt, And I'm trying to think of what else they probably have on hand.
They would
Some
not
wild
have milk.
berries.
They wouldn't have any animal products now that I think about it.
Yeah.
They might have jerky.
They wouldn't have
They
any way
probably
to
have
obtain...
access to eggs. Because probably some of the families keep chickens. But
Are they giant chickens?
no.
Oh,
Well,
I just assumed all the animals were giant. And
Apparently,
then
That
they
would
just
actually
had like,
explain.
and they just had like one chicken or something.
that
Just a
does
whole
not appear
chicken
to be
called
the
Jeff.
case. By the way, you do find, and by the way, you do see what seem to be birds flying around and feathers on the
Okay.
ground.
Okay.
So, signs of normal-sized birds.
some wheat and egg noodles can be made. Would they let me?
So they don't have like processed wheat. I'm trying to.
Soma kebab.
So, do you
Some stock.
understand about
They have,
milling
like-
wheat?
They have like whole grains. All you have to do is kind of grind it up mostly.
Yeah, I mean that's what milling is. You basically grind wheat grains. But yeah, they have the whole wheat, the grain basically, not
They got that whole
what you
ass.
could use to make pasta. That's why it's gruel and not like
Hmm.
pasta.
Well,
So-
I
We could make
will. I will
we could make porridge.
take some. Well, I'll buy some gruel and then help with what remains of the mech.
Okay. You can buy several bowls of gruel. By the way, it doesn't smell terrible. In fact, it seems to have what might be like little bits of like chicken and like wild berries in it.
Oh, that sounds actually really good.
I thought they didn't have access
Give,
to
I
meat.
want. I'm hungry. Give.
I did say they have probably chickens, since you've seen, like, well, there's at least a couple of chicken coops in town.
Or some similar theropod
Yes.
dinosaur.
Not even in the general spot. So they didn't have jerky.
If they
Cool.
have it, they definitely wouldn't have it at the inn.
Would they have fish in the river that's on the map, or
Um,
I thought at the inn. No, not the inn. The whatchamajigger.
it's not a very big river, so I don't expect that there'd be a lot of fish.
Hmm.
Uh,
so they might have something in there, like crayfish or something?
it's
Do-
probably more that every so often people in the village will fish in the river and get a fish or two. Not like
Okay, so
you can actually
it's-
fish in the river.
so it's more
So,
like
like-
a creek than a river.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it'd be like crayfish and stuff like that, probably. Minnows
Many
and all that.
apologies, but
Possibly.
I do have to get going early. So, but thank you for having me.
No problem.
Okay.
We're glad you were here.
Yeah, before I finish. No, just kidding. That was a joke.
Though Ulysses will get back with the gruel before, they have to go.
All right. Okay.
So, you now have
Sorry, guys.
gruel.
I wanted to make porridge, but Ulysses wanted the gruel.
This is basically a type of porridge. Gruel and porridge are pretty similar.
Gruel is basically just porridge with extra stuff in it.
Yes.
Oh, porridge with honey is so good.
They don't have honey though. You'd need
Not
a
even a
beekeeper
little?
for that.
Yeah, and the bee that we saw was gigantic and also killed someone.
Well, that was a wasp.
Wasn't it a wasp? Jinx.
I'm not sure Maggie actually would care whether it was a wasp or a bee.
Who knows? Who knows?
I feel like Maggie is the type of if something flies at her, she just kind of screams and ducks.
Whoa.
I mean, personally, I'm a little more worried about wasps than bees. Bees don't actively try to sting you usually.
Yeah.
Wasps will come right at you.
Yeah. All right.
In a previous job before this one, I was hounded every summer by paper wasps. Those things are mean.
Yeah.
Just crumple them up. Oh, sorry. Probably not paper.
They're called paper wasps because
of their
like
nest.
their nests. Yeah. The texture is like
Oh,
paper.
okay.
Well, not really
Okay.
paper, but like paper mache.
Yeah.
Pepper.
But yeah, those things are
Alright.
mean.
They stinky.
So you get to eat your gruel. It's not the tastiest thing ever, but
It'll do.
By the way, while you guys were out, well, at this point, just Samantha was out. You did see what looks kind of like a little fort or some sort of like military camp up on the hill. Though,
Sure, that can't has anything to do with us. Just
I
waddles
should
away.
mention there is a big hole in part of the building that makes up this like military outpost.
All right.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Rye.
I think I'd like to try to see about investigating that military outpost.
Okay.
Considering that what we've been using to get around is technically military tech that we've kind of just yoinked.
Yes. You go over there and like there are walls set up well, it's like tiered or plateaued as like a hill. But the second part of the hill has walls right at the edge of like the cliff face or hill face, depending on how you want to consider it. And it has like a gate in the center. But the gate doesn't, well, it was like wood. Well, it's mostly wood, let's put it that way. And it seems to be barred. Would you like to do something to open it?
I will first cast life detection.
There's nothing inside. All the lives that you can sense are behind you.
All right. Try to. I'm gonna climb up the wall.
Okay, that's valid for you.
And open it from the inside.
You go up basically a 20-foot wall and then drop down on the other side. And there's like a crossbar that has been put in place.
Right.
And you pop that off and open the door for everyone. In front of you is, oh, I should mention, the walls are thick enough you can actually walk on them, but it's single file because they're not that big. So they're kind of like castle walls, but not as thick. because this is
Okay.
a much smaller, like, building.
Okay.
And there are a couple of towers, but you don't actively go in those.
Alright.
The main part seems to be a building in the middle. And that is what was damaged. Oh, by the way, you do see what seems to be military emblems, kind of like what is on the Mecha Knight itself.
Okay.
So it seems like they might belong to the same order or military or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Alright.
Do you want to head inside the building?
Yeah. Definitely.
You open the doors, and inside, first there's an office and like a little like space. I'd probably call it a lounge, a place to hang out, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like.
Like a sitting room or something.
Yeah. Well, not a real sitting room, like what you'd find in like a noble's house. This is more like
A lounge.
like where common workers would get together and like eat lunch or
Like
you
a
know,
break room.
have a
break
smoke.
room?
Yeah, kind of a break room.
Break room.
That's the impression. There's no
Okay.
like cafeteria or anything. And the furniture is couches, but they're like up against the wall.
Okay.
Once you pass through there and open another set of doors, you're in one massive area. It's not quite as big as the barn, but it's not too different. Part of what you see is a definitely totaled Mecha Knight, like the one you guys have. But this one is in far worse shape. It looks like whatever came through the roof was either this knight itself, or something that struck this knight and pretty much obliterated it. It is not intact.
Do you think we
I
could
mean-
salvage parts from it to use on ours?
To show how bad it is, like, the arms and legs have, like, crystal, like, tendrils and braids just, like, dangling out and, like, snapped in different places.
So it's
Armor
like
is
smash,
buckled.
smash.
Yes.
Damn.
Even, like, the cockpit is just, like, broken.
Okay.
In fact, it looks like it
Aw.
almost folded in half.
Jeez.
You do, by the way, see what seem to be repair parts for these Mecha Knights.
Okay.
There are some supplies, like crates, which have fresh, like, tendrils and braiding. More that seem to have the, like, core structure, the bones, if you will. Like welding gear to go with that. And something at the end is covered with a tarp.
Definitely got to see what's under the tarp.
All right, you want to pull off
Clean
the
it.
tarp?
So to start pulling it off.
Give me a strength roll.
Woo! Strength roll.
It's a mecha. It's a mech penis. No, it's not.
Please no. Wait. For strength roll, would I strength or would I
Just strength.
Yes,
yeah.
click strength.
pure strength?
Yes.
Can I use inspiration to get that 21?
Yeah, go for it.
You don't really need to. A 6 just means that you fumble it, and it takes a bit longer, but you do it just fine.
It just gets stuck on the first pull.
Yes. Yes, you get stuck, and it
That's not as
takes
cool,
some
though.
pulling and, tugging to get it off. I just wanted to see how well you would, get the tarp off.
Rude.
But, yes, after some attempts, you managed to pull the tarp all the way off. And underneath is a gleaming red mechanite that does not look like the one that you guys have in the barn.
Yo, new phone. Upgrade.
Do we have an image for that one?
I have a collection of images, but I don't have like a. By the way, for the generic one, there actually is a picture of it under the Golem Knight entry on the wiki. There is a example mechanite.
I imagine the mechanite we just got, the red one, as you know it in solo leveling, Ignis before he gets turned into a shadow soldier, actually looks like that. Just giant.
It's definitely bigger than Ignis.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that, but giant.
Actually, it doesn't look too much like that. But I would have to go digging in for good pictures, so. Unfortunately. I have a collection of pictures, and actually, for this and any other, like, more custom mecha, you guys are gonna have to, like, work with me to pick out pictures. Mostly it'll just be me showing you examples. And, we'll work it out. Yes, this one, by the way, has, like, protrusions on the back. I would call them cannons, but you're not really sure if they're meant to be cannons or not.
Jetpack.
So, what would you like to do?
Let's see
I
about
have no idea.
getting it up and running.
Okay?
Total kicks it.
That is definitely
I
not
wanna go
how
in
you
the
do
pi-
that. Oh, by the way, you have figured
I
out
go in the
how
pilot.
you
Yeah.
open them.
Okay.
You feed it a little bit of magic power into the right spot. There's usually like a nub that accepts a little bit of magic.
All right.
And then it queries the alarm program. And if you qualify, it opens.
All right.
I sit in the
Make
pilot
me
chair.
an Arcana roll. And Samantha, you can't. You haven't opened it yet.
Oh.
How would you do that?
12.
12 is enough to give you access.
Nice.
You feed power in, and the front armor opens, and the cockpit is revealed.
Alrighty.
Alright, who is getting in?
Why not? I'll get in.
Okay. Samantha climbs in. Do you try to power it up by feeding it some magic?
Yeah. Eh.
Okay, you try, and when you do, a like red X forms in the air in front of you,
Rude.
and it goes. "Eh,
No, that's just rude.
Okay. So I'm assuming I have to go and try to use it now.
if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna
No,
try
mine.
to use it then. All right, fine then. Go.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
You pour in some magical energy. I want you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
I would like to
Crazy?
buy
That's
that
crazy one.
inspiration because then it'd be.
That's
yeah.
that's
I'm
a
gonna
good
buy that
idea.
inspiration.
So, as you're pouring in power, you realize that the core of this one. Oh, and let me get rid of the Christmas music first.
Was there music playing?
Yeah, well, it's only for the stream.
Oh.
But every so often, even though I've told it not to include Christmas music, it puts in the Christmas music.
Crema music.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Please no.
Come on, guys, we gotta get ready. It's only 10 months till Christmas.
It's 2 months after Christmas, so.
I said 10 months till Christmas.
Anyways, so you realize as you're pouring in magic power that the core to this one is fire attuned. So you manage to put in fire affinity mana, and when you do, it powers up.
Okay.
Displays turn on.
Huh. I would like to quickly inspect the core to see if it has any fire spells written into it.
You're not sure you would call them fire spells, but it does seem to have some sort of weapons.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Hilda real quick and be like, I feel like this one's a bit more up your alley. And see if I can I just hand them the controls or
Well, you probably
or do I have to
would
power it down
realize that unlike the other one, this one didn't seem to be locked for some reason.
It's not locked?
That's right. So,
Okay.
theoretically, anyone could get in.
Okay.
Could I get in?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly power it back down and tell Hilda to give it a go.
So, just so you know, affinity-wise, Maggie is the worst with fire, but does have fire. Both Eliana and Ulysses have moderate fire affinity, so are the next choice. And then Hilda has advanced fire affinity, so has the best affinity.
Yeah.
And the reason it didn't work for Samantha is because
they don't have
Samantha
affinity.
has no fire affinity. You were basically just pouring dark into a fire core, and it's like, ugh, what is this?
All right.
My man is just as good as anyone else's. kicks like the
Hilda grabs it.
the chair thing.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
So
Boot up that fire mech.
you climb out, and Hilda
The
climbs in, and Hilda provides a little bit of power, and it fires back up for Hilda. You see displays. Whole virtual interface.
You just hear Hilda scream, Vegeta! What does it say about his power level?
If you look around, I will tell you that while you can't read the lettering, nothing seems to suggest a power level. You can guess an energy level. And actually, based on your current, examples, Maggie probably knows what the, mana furnace and, ether engine, ether reactor, sorry, gauges are. So, you could pinpoint those.
Okay.
No, come back. I'm sorry. I shouldn't
Can I
have
get it
moved.
to activate?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is active.
No, I mean, get up.
You just have to give it a command to close the cockpit and stand up.
Command!
The cockpit
Close
closes,
the hatch.
and then it stands.
Stand at attention.
Oh, do we think that this area might be rich enough in Aether to power up the other mech?
If you want to ask, Hilda can read the gauge,
Okay.
because you can tell her where to look.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Hilda to check the gauge then.
All right. You point Hilda where to look, and you find that the gauge reads about 10%, which is
Okay.
pretty low.
Yeah.
Though it is apparently enough to get this one started.
Okay.
Not that you're exerting, anything. Well, you are a little bit. It's standing, so, body enhancement is running.
Okay. Can we... Do you think in the replacement parts there might be a battery that's already charged?
So it's not like there's a separate battery that's actually part of the mana furnace. So
Okay.
well, it's actually part of the mana furnace and the crystalline, tendrils, threads, braids, whatever you want to call it, that makes up the muscles. Those
Alright.
also store energy.
Alright. I guess, Maggie would probably grab some of the tools to try to repair these things.
Alright? If you want, you can grab the tools and some of the parts.
Yeah.
The machine that Hilda is currently in can carry them.
Yeah.
Realize something.
Though it is hard to get around the broken one. It takes Hilda a while to, like, climb over it. And probably in the end, she's just gonna, like, break one of the walls to make things easier.
Hilda, do you want to break a wall?
Sure.
Nice.
I realized something. Why are there no military people in this military base who are fully working mech, just stationed, not behind any like locked doors or anything?
I think because they probably were deployed or something, so we just yoinked this thing while they were out.
Yep.
Alright.
That's not a very secure military base.
If
I'm not
you
gonna lie.
want, you
I don't
could
think
look
they
around
expected-
in
To
the
be fair,
office
most
in
military
here.
bases are secure because
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll investigation for the looking in the office.
Okay.
13.
You
13.
find that this little outpost held one knight and a crew of 6 lesser knights. Well, they're referred to as lesser knights. That seems to be like a maintenance crew, from what you can tell.
Okay.
And they were stationed as like a warning outpost. But about 6 months ago, the knight who was stationed here actually passed away,
Damn.
and no one had come to replace them.
So they just
Aw.
moved the mechanic knights off somewhere else then.
Yes, there's another note that says that the chief mechanic who was doing the entry in the log had closed things down here and moved back to the capital when the giant dragon was first spotted. So that was about a week ago.
Okay.
They didn't move the mech because they didn't have anyone to actually pilot it. So they would have had to, like, find suitable transportation. Moving a knight not under its own power is hard.
They'd have to use like levers and pulleys and stuff.
I mean, it's more you'd need like a giant flatbed, like carts pulled by like oxen,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be
Or
small.
by a different or pull it by a different knight.
I mean, at that point, I don't know if you'd want to do that either, but
Yeah.
there are ways to get it done, but they didn't really have easy access. So they just powered down the mech and left it here. And then closed everything up. Oh, by the way, you do realize from the log that the other mech that is lying in the middle of the floor was probably tossed here from somewhere else.
Probably from the city, maybe.
Quite possibly. Even though
That
the
might be why
city is a few miles away.
That might be why the villagers are stirred up, because of the thing getting tossed in there and they heard the noise.
There are definite signs of debris about the city, after all, including houses that are destroyed.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna say we probably go and grab our materials and take it back to the barn.
Okay. Do you want to try powering this earlier universal mechanite up?
The one we had before?
Yes.
Yeah, if we can.
Alright, you give it a shot. Giving it a charge. and the systems come online.
Alrighty.
If you want, I will tell you what the gauges read.
Yes, please.
The ether reactor shows 9 or 10%, and the mana furnace is showing about a quarter charge.
Okay. That's probably good. Do we want to leave said village and head back towards the capital, or stick around here for a little while more?
I would say go forward.
Hey.
Alright.
Focus too busy playing with her mecha.
Okay, stop playing with the mech.
No, I don't want to stop playing with it. Hilda's trying to punch walls with it.
I don't know if you want to break the barn. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
No.
Hilda tries hopping on one foot in it.
It is not really designed for that. The results are messy.
Hilda tries to do one of those samurai like battle stances.
You can do that, yes. Though you don't have a sword.
Alright. I'm gonna... Can I reattach the arm with the tools? Like, properly?
You sort of understand how to do it now, but the existing arm that you slapped back in would have to be, like, repaired. So you'd have to, like, unfuse them, repair the arm with the supplies you got, and then correctly reattach it.
Alright.
So if you want to spend time to do that, it is possible.
Do we want our own mech and to keep it and functional?
I mean, it seems like a good idea considering that if there's gonna be monsters in the area, like the villagers said, then it'd be good to have more than one unit to try to combat them.
By the way, I didn't point this out, but the goat and the wasp that you encountered are probably some of the monsters that were drawn here because of the dragon.
Drag.
What was that?
Nothing. Nothing.
Were you about to say Dragon D's nuts?
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Alright. I'm thinking it's probably a good idea to go and try to fix the arm.
Yeah.
Alright. If you want to hold off, you can. You'll just have to keep the parts with you.
Yeah.
Or scrounge new ones. That's up to you.
Okay.
Though Boca's machine can totally carry some.
Yeah. Can we...
Hilda hears the word carry and is like, are you about to use me as labor?
Yes.
You're the only one that can do it.
Due to 2 functional arms.
Hi.
Hilda is not happy about this.
It's because you're so amazing and that we need your help.
Fine.
Obviously.
All right. So we'll get the replacement parts, and I guess replacement bone for the arm? Question mark.
You have like the metal that's used to like make it.
Yeah.
So you can like form a replacement piece.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna do that.
All right. So you move on. It's gonna take probably almost 2 hours, but you eventually get to the city. However, the city is not looking great. Some
Damn,
of the
that's awesome.
fires are out, not all of them. So there's great burnt swaths of the city.
Mm.
Though some of the buildings are not terribly flammable, they're made out of like brick or stone.
Mm-hmm.
Those have mostly survived unless they took direct damage.
Okay.
However,
I suppose we shall.
there are
look
also
for-
signs that, like, the dragon blasted entire tracts of the city apart. So,
No, you don't go up there.
And that dragon was spitting fire.
Gosh damn it! All right.
Hot stuff.
We're gonna look for where survivors have gathered, I suppose.
Unlike the village, people here, if their houses aren't in danger, seem to be in their homes.
Damn, so we're basically
Otherwise,
homeless people. That's messed
if
up.
they're like involved in firefighting, or like other emergency tasks, they're out and about. But those are the only ones out and about. And some of
Okay.
those do seem to be like military. They're not really dressed in like heavy armor, but they are wearing some armor. And they have the emblems on them.
Okay. All right. Do you think we're gonna get in trouble for yoinking said mechs?
As long, hey, it's not illegal.
That's a problem for
if you don't get caught.
that's a problem for futurists to find out.
All right.
We can feign ignorance. We're from another dimension or universe. Same difference.
It's fine. We can.
I don't
yeah.
think they'd count that as an excuse.
No, I agree
We
with
could just
that.
say-
No,
we could just say
fake
stealing's
dementia. It's
okay.
fine. Where are we? How did we get here? Why are
We
we
could
in a
say
giant
stealing-
robot?
I'm
What's
gonna
a
also say
robot?
stealing is. We can also say the concept of personal owning doesn't exist in our universe.
What if they don't like communists?
Well then, terrorism.
I feel like we might end up resorting
not-
to that anyway. All right. Let's see. I suppose we should try to help people, I guess.
So
Cringe.
there are many things you can do here.
Okay.
There are definitely military bases here. Some might have knights, maybe not all. So you could maybe scrounge for more parts. Obviously, there are people you could probably help. But to do that, you would probably have to get out of the mix.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible to use them, but it's gonna get a little more complex. You know what? I think we might want to stop for here tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
My brain is getting
Oh.
fuzzy.
Hmm.
But that will give you guys some time to think
Yeah.
about what you want to do now that you're at the city.
I want to commit genocide.
Why
Genocide
is
is
that
fun.
the first thing you want to do?
You gave us
Why is it
giant
not the first
robots.
thing you wanna do?
How do you think we're not gonna want to just go on a rampage with them?
Rampage.
And how's it not the first thing you wanted to do?
Rampage!
I mean, you only
Do
have
do
two,
crime.
and one is half broken.
And
Yeah.
Hilda's in the other one. I don't think your statement isn't flawed on every
Hilda,
level.
I bet Hilda could full ass cast fireball from that mech, by the way. So
Yeah, I believe it.
It would not be fireball, but they could cause a lot of damage.
Fireball.
the city's burning. Let's burn it more.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. I'm not sure they'd be very happy with that, but
I'm sure they wouldn't, but they can't stop us.
they could still have knights.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
Right.
All right. We'll stop here for now.
All right. We are going
Yeah,
to
I'm
raid
like,
Faye.
yay. Yippee.
We haven't raided Faye in a bit. I'm not sure yet if I'm streaming tomorrow or not. Usually I take Mondays off, but I'm undecided if I'm
It's
going
all this
to
gate.
take Monday off or not. Sorry, my brain. It's not working so great. Too late at night.
Our brain, it's broken.
It's just slow. It's not in gear anymore.
Extra long
It's
Baldur's
left out of
Gate
gear.
this Tuesday because we couldn't play last Tuesday. And I was sad.
Yes, this Tuesday we
How's
should
it
be back.
go? It was a joke about the extra long one.
Then Wednesday I should be definitely back with some Persona 3, which has been a lot of fun.
Yay,
But
Persona.
I think that's it. So, with that, have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.